Hi everyone, it's Rachel here and I am going to do my Roxy's weekly challenge number 17. So the idea with this one is what you're going to need is some things printed on vellum. So this is not tracing, well it is like a tracing paper, it's called a tracing paper here in Italy, but I printed it on a heavier one so you can see it's transparent. It's 100 GSM, this one. So the other one that you see me use, this one here, that's still left out from my previous, that's 55. So it's about half the weight of this one. And you'll understand why I'm printing this one on heavier. I've printed out some of my French Chateau Ephemera pages here on the vellum. I'll call it vellum because it's a bit more like vellum. And I printed out a couple of my birdie ones, my English Gardens pages as well. Okay, so you need those. And then I printed on my HP because I don't trust my my Epson to print on that. And then I've got here some reverse side of antique postcards with the writing there. And then some also other old postcards that I thought I could use. I also had this, I thought this could be good for this, but I might not use them. I just pulled those out of another container that I had. Put those on the side. And I also thought, I know that's going to be another thing. I wasn't going to use those. That was, my mind was flipping from one thing to the next. So this is what we're going to use. So the idea, it's something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. Luna Rozu, where have you gone, dear? We love your journals that you make. She had done it with some old envelopes that were broken. The backs were broken off. All of my, I've got lots of old envelopes, but they're kind of intact, so I don't want to take the back off to do this. So I thought, well, I'll just use my old scanned postcards instead. So the idea came from her, but like I just saw it in one of her flip through things. I don't know if it was when she did she does sometimes the Amity inspired, you know, envelope bundles and things. Oh, that could be good as well, but I won't use that. Yeah, and I think I saw it there, sort of thing, this idea. So I'm just going to have a little think for a minute. Yeah, so the idea is I'm going to cut these out. I'm just going to trim them down a little bit because then I'm going to put something on the back. So you can leave it white, or you can leave them white, or you can yeah, put some book page or something, or scripty sort of things there on the reverse side. So I haven't actually made a prototype, so I'm just going to be making this up as I go. I'm just quickly snipping those extra bits off because we don't need those. And I printed on 160 GSM cardstock. So I didn't have to muck around and add, you know, an extra layer to thicken them up, to, you know, to make them a bit more heavyweight sort of thing. Oh, I better put my timer on, sorry. Anyway, take off a minute. It probably, well, it depends what I decide to do. Oh, because I'm going to do them in two different ways, I think, a few different ways. This one. I probably won't get them all done. I hope everybody had a lovely weekend and they're doing well and the weather's lovely. Oh, it's that nice time of the year, isn't it, when the weather's great? Okay, so let's start with these ones. Now, my thought was these ones will be, this will be on the outside. So on the reverse side, I'm going to have a vellum pocket. It's the back, the reverse side's going to be a vellum pocket. So let me see what paper so with the case of these ones, because they're plain on this side, I feel like I'm going to use a more, well, they're all decorative, aren't they? So I'm going to use a decorative paper on the reverse side. So I've just got to decide kind of which one I'd like to use. Like it could be that bit there, it could be this bit there, like that. Love that. So I think I might use that one on one. And in which case, I'm just deciding now, I'll tell you why, because I'm going to actually glue on the reverse side here, like so. So that way when you see this, there's going to be script behind. But I might not use this piece of paper here exactly because that one's too yellow. I don't want it to be so yellow. I might even, like I could even find a nice one of these that they're quite light coloured but have a nice font on them. Something like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, see, I like that more. Even though it's kind of white, it's a yellowy white. I'm going to glue that on there. So let's go ahead and do that. I haven't cut it out perfectly yet. I left my glue open, so it's just a little bit, look at all that glue. It's all right now. It's just been open for about, I haven't been gluing for about half an hour because I went to print my vellum out. And I forgot to put the lid back on the glue from my previous crafting session. So let's just put that on there. And then we'll cut it out. I think I'll use my cutter. Okay, so that's going to go on that one with that. Put that aside. And again, oh wait, I also printed out my French Chateau because I thought some of those might be nice behind. And for example, this one, I think I might use this, but do I want anything underneath? I don't know that I do. Let's have a look what happens if I put something underneath. So test it. I don't see that dulls it down. It's quite pretty like that. You can certainly see it better like that. Or I could find a piece of paper that's not quite so, again, quite so yellow. I could maybe find one of those from the book that we're altering. You know what? I could just use this, which is more, it's not quite as stark white, this bit here. I'll just put that under there, and that's, see, that's already changes it. So that's what's going to happen. So put some more glue on there. Probably thinking I'm totally weird. So there's going to be a few different versions of this, hopefully. That's the plan. Sorry, let's just grab this and stick it down on the writing side because we want the plain side, and just trim off the excess. Put that over there. So we've got more of a creamy colour there. And okay, so then I'm going to grab I'm going to work on maybe two at a time so I don't get confused. So I'm going to grab this and trim it down. I thought about tearing, but once you've glued something on the back, then the tearing kind of becomes difficult. Okay, that's that one. And where's my other one? Where did I put it? Over here. I'm sure, yes, of course, I threw something on top of it, didn't I? So you obviously, the other thing that you can use, if you've got them like Luna did, she obviously had some envelopes that the backs were really broken or coming away. So she took them off and then she put a vellum pocket on the back, which I thought was really fun. And so this is like a double whammy, this one, because it's going to have, so what I need to do, I think I could put my glue, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my glue on my card around the edges, and then I'm going to glue that on and then cut it out. I wonder if that will work. Let's try it. I think I want to use this clear tacky glue, the Aleene's tacky glue. Try not to get it too thick, because as we know, vellum doesn't like it when it's too thick. It's quite thick. Not what I said. And I don't want to be maneuvering this too much, because otherwise I'll get glue everywhere. Oh dear. Well, do you know what? I'm going to cut this off first. Cut the border off. And you can get at least 4 out of one piece of printed paper, at least 4. And then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold it over like that, flip that around, and put this on here like so. There we go. And then I'll trim it. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over. Just make sure it's all sticking, because you know sometimes the vellum takes a little minute to grab. I'm going to quickly, in a messy manner, trim off. Just fairly close, not exactly, because I'm going to use my cutter, I think, to... Oh, no, I won't. I just cut it off by hand, but I just want to get rid of that excess. And look at that. So it's a journal card with a vellum pocket on the other side. How about that? And of course you could use a reel if you've got lots of real ones. I just didn't have lots that I could use, because I've been putting them, I've sort of gotten low because we haven't had any markets, and so I haven't got any new stock. Right, so we'll wait for that to dry, and I need to cut this bit here. How cute is that? And when it dries, I'm going to come back and put a snip in there. I love that. Oh, it's even better than what I thought. Now, and also when it dries, I am going to stitch around these. But that's not part of the challenge. Like, that's an after thing, because it does need to dry, so that cannot be part of the challenge. But I'm going to put a little semicircle snip there. So we'll do that after. And I'll also, I think I'll probably snip my corners at an angle as well, because I like that more. And then you can decide to also put a tab on it. So we'll just put that aside and we'll think about that afterwards. So this one just had that paper, and I was going to put this on here. So I'm going to do the same process. I think that's going to work well for me. So then you slip in whatever, like some ephemera. You can put in another journal card, whatever you like. And then you've got 2 spots to write on these ones. I'm going to put that. Yes, there is an up, so I'll put that there. Oh, I didn't trim off my corners. I've just gone and stuck it down. My borders, I just stuck it on. I just went for it. Forgot. I've got my towel ready, so I'll just get the glue off my fingers. Okay, let's trim the excess. And I thought these ephemera pages are quite fun for this, because they've got the background, all over background on them. And you get a little bit of this and a bit of that. I love this. So now I need to work on it a little minute. Just something different and something fun to do. And of course, Gail, you could collage the back of these, because this is there's a lot of plain there, but you don't want to collage it, maybe collage it with, scripty things or old book pages or sort of different colors of, you know, the plainer pages, to not detract totally away from the image. I'm going to wipe down my table. I've got glue everywhere. I can see it oozing out. Just lift that up and give this a wipe. Dry it. Okay. Now, okay. Trim that. Oh, I love that. Cool. It's just a nice surprise too when you pull it out. Just say you've got it on that side or something, and then you pull it out and it's actually a pocket. Okay, so I'll put those aside. Now let's work on these. I'm going to separate them because I might work on them. So we have two options. This can be on the inside or it can be on the outside. So I think I'm going to put these ones on the outside again and then decorate them. So let's choose a paper again. Now that's not going to be quite big enough. That will be, but I might use that somewhere else. I like this one, like that. So what would I like to see behind that is the question. So again, maybe not something so yellowy because it really dulls it down. Something like some book page or plain paper that's just a cream color that you can still see. But I might like this one because it doesn't have any. So what's determining what I put on it is what do I have in the background on here? Is it like lots of writing? Like this one had writing. So if I put book page behind that, then it kind of took away from that. Whereas this one didn't have any writing, so it was, or any script or anything like that. So it was nice to have book page. So I'm thinking, again, I'm going to use, so don't throw away, like this has really nice fonts on it. So I haven't actually thrown it away. And I'm thinking something like that will be good behind this book. But let me just see. I quite liked this one as well, even though it's modern paper. Yeah, that's going to be it. So I'm just going to put some glue on here and stick it down and then cut it out. Make sure I get my glue everywhere. I'm not even looking at the time. Oh, 15 minutes. Plenty of time. 15 minutes have gone by. Stick that down there. So that one's ready to go. And I'm not going to throw those out because they're quite good. That's written in Latin. So that's going to go with that one. Just put them near each other so you don't forget, because, you know, can be quite forgetful at times. And maybe we'll do the flowers, I think. And again, I can have some sort of, just looking, maybe something like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll glue that one down. So you can see these pages that are newer, that are, well, they're not white, but they're cream. Because this is white, you can see the difference in colour. If they've got nice fonts on them, you like the type on them, well, just hang on to them. You can tea dye them, first of all, or coffee dye, whatever is what you do. Or you can do this sort of thing with them, because they're not dulling down too much your image on the vellum, which I like that. And somehow I have glue still there. So let's get the chomper. Okay, that's that one. And that's going to go with this one, and drop down this one. So these are not necessarily going to be ones that you write on, but they are going to be tucked away in a pocket, or you can add a little hinge onto them, and they can be flips. They can be flip pockets, and inside they're going to have a journaling spot, some sort of thing. And I might make those on Tuesday, the journaling spots to go inside them. Might see what varieties we can come up with to make them fun inside. Okay, so this is the outside, and then this is going to be the inside. So I'm going to put my glue, my tacky glue, on around the 3 sides. And again, you could then do a variation. You could have your glue going, I'll show you on the other one. I won't do it, but I'll show you. I need to line my glue down because we're below halfway. And I really like the vase of flowers on this one. Was this the one I was putting in there? Yes. And so I want to keep that, and I don't want to cut Marie Antoinette's face, do I? So we'll get a bit of her. We won't cut her. So that's kind of it. I like this because it's see-through, and you can see where to stick it on as well, which is fun. And then you turn it over and you have this lovely postcard. So let's just make sure it's all sticking, because it does, as I said, take a minute to grab. You do need to run your fingers over it. Unless you've got Fabri-Tac, I believe that's faster. Okay, now I'm going to trim this one down. Probably won't keep that piece because I don't think I'd use it. Oh, did I press play? Oh yes, I did. So you could use your cutter, your guillotine or whatever cutter you like to use to cut these down. However, I feel like just because it's vellum, I love that. You don't really need to. I'm going to fall off my perch in a minute. And then this one was going to be the flowers here. There. So let's put our glue on here. Not that glue, this glue. So fairly quick process depending on what you have to do. I've got glue all over my table. My mat, it's my mat on top of my mat, so I don't dirty the other mat. And I was, yes, definitely considering using this bit here. So I printed these postcards 2 to a page, but the reduced size 2 to a page. So you can print where they're 2 to a page and they're bigger and they nearly take up the full page. And then there's the option to print 2 to a page but smaller with the JPEGs, because I like to use the JPEGs. I feel like the quality when you print from a JPEG is better than when you print from a PDF. But I know people are printing from their iPads and things and need to have a PDF for that. I like to look at things on my iPad, but I don't like using it I prefer a computer. I'm just a computer girl. I think I like the big screen, and I can maneuver things better. I don't have to be all clicky, if you know what I am clicky, but you know what I mean. And I just find it easier. Okay, so let's make sure that's stuck. Cut this one out. Now, normally I would, if I didn't have a time restraint, I've given myself a time restraint, as you know, just for fun. I would, you know, do a bit of a production. I'd be gluing all of my vellums down, and then do any other what sort of work. But I think I'm going to, as I said, finish off two at a time. So we've got this one with the beautiful, isn't that pretty? I love the hint. So I've put quite a bit of glue, so you can see I've lost a lot of depth in my pocket. If you're better at gluing than me, which is not hard, see, I've lost at least a centimetre, half a centimetre on each side. So, you know, my journal card's going to only be that big because it's not going to fit otherwise. Okay, so just, yeah, if you're better at gluing, try and do a thinner line. I think the Fabri-Tac probably works better. So here, I mean, you can decorate these this way or that way. I was going to say, like, the other option with the glue is you could, when you're gluing your vellum on, you could glue around the three sides that way and put a tag in. Could be another option instead of doing the side tuck. But I like the idea of the side tuck. So we need to decorate these. I need to get my decorating hat on. And that's funny. Right. Well, what do I have? I don't want my tracing paper. Will I ever get it right? Probably not. So I've got these papers here, and I've got my French papers. So let's see, this is the French one. Let's do the botanical one first. I need to have a look at it before I pull my bits out. Oh, I think I like this paper with this one. So also another option would be, so I printed them out like these, but if just say you had script, so you printed out some old letters on the vellum, you could have something like that behind, you know, something behind that's patterned, if you know what I mean. See, that would work well behind there, I think. So yeah, so just depending on what you print on your vellum will depend on, excuse me, I'm not decorating that one. This one will depend what you put behind the vellum. So I just like a little piece of this, I think. I don't want to completely cover up. I didn't want to cover up where my stamp is. So what I can do is just tear this down. Yep, that's going to be super pretty. And I might have a little bit of book page. Let's see. Should we have a little bit of book page? Maybe not that part of the book page. Something like that. Yes, that's working for me. Right. Stick that down there. And of course I have no problem covering up bits of this because it's also printed. It's not like the original. I think I have quite a lot of these sorts of things. Maybe not this exact one, but lots of those sorts of things in my ephemera packs. You know, the printed ones, the printable ones. I think we could have like a bird or something. We'll get the butterflies out as well. And I do want to leave myself a little bit of time to decide if I'm going to put any tabs or anything like that on them. And here's one of my favourite birds. that's what I'm going to do. That's it. That is it. Yes. I love the colours. And I'm not going to go over the top. I've got 3 elements stuck on there. I don't think I'm going to put any labels on. That'll make one of our friends very happy, won't it? And that's that one, decorated. So that's the second option. Now we've got this one here, and we have Pretty Marie Antoinette and the French sort of theme going. So I've got already script there with the writing. So I'm just going to pop over here and see. Put that back. I've got to keep myself tidy. Keep my papers in order. I'm just going to grab these. That's that. I just wanted to see if there's something that I might like. Quite like that one. Another bit of it there. Pull that one out. Oh, I like them all, don't I? I keep pulling them all out. Oh, I like this. Not those, they're the Renaissance ones. Let's see here. I think I'd like a piece of that, maybe, and something else. That one. Maybe some book page again. Book page is always a good go-to. No. Just trying to see if there's any sort of flower here that I might like to stick down. I like that. See if I might like this one. I don't mind that. And then I need to find something else that will fit. All of these flowers are going to be way too big. Oh, maybe this one. So look. Oh, I quite like that. Yeah. Okay, got it. So just grab some gluing paper. See, always when you have these with all these lovely bits and pieces on it, that's when you slow down a bit, makes it a little bit harder to do because you don't want to be covering everything up. Whoops. I'm not going to worry too much about here because I might put some sort of fabric tab on there. And so I've got glue here. And so, yeah, I don't need to worry about that because if I put some nice fabric there, it'll be fine. So put that there. Okay, move these out of the way, just so we have a bit less clutter around us. So we have this one, so probably won't get those ones done. We'll just put those aside for the next time. So I've got this one. We'll do this one first because this one we've already done this type. Oh, you know what? No, this one, we'll do this one again because this one's going to, this time it's going to be the inside. It's going to be the inside, the postcard. I'm going to put that right there. I've already decided. Or maybe we could do it like that. Let's do a vertical one. I wasn't going to do a vertical one, but let's do a vertical one. Unfortunately, the birdie's tail is going to be snipped off, but don't worry about it. If I did it that way, then their little face will come off, so can't help it. So I'm just going to go, oh dear, silly me. Come on. So in this case, I'm using the front here. And I've got way too much glue. I'm going to have a very narrow tag in there, but ho-hum. Ho-hum. Maybe be half on and half off. There we go. Get some glue up there. And I'm going to put this on here, like so. Right, and trim already. I'll just trim right across the top because there's no point otherwise, and I'll trim that off there, and that can be used somewhere else. So let's just do our oozing of the glue, and then I'll trim it. No, I won't trim it. I'm going to do the reverse side first. So here's another variation of it. Noisy chair. Okay, so let's have a look. Make sure that it's all sticking down. Remember which way is the up. And I'm just going to have a look here. For example, something like that could be really pretty. What have I got on the reverse side? A flower. No, I don't want that. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of a collage on this reverse side and put some sort of or flower or bird, maybe a bird, I think, because we've got flowers on that side. So I'm going to glue this down because this is going. We'll make this we'll make this a bit of a writing side. So I'm only going to put a little bird, I think, down below. So again, this is one that we're creating that can be written on. Let's put that there. Get some more plain papers. I know I've got some, I might have some small bits of, I've got that one. I just thought I might have some small bits of, what's it called? Ledger paper, but I can't see it. Okay, so, oh, here we go. We have some straw paper. A bit of that on right across up there, even though I am going to be trimming it down as well. So where's my glue bit thing gone? just use my bodgy book here. The bodgical surgical book. We haven't had that one out for a while, have we? Put that there. And then we need something down here. Oh, well, I might put this actually. I'll tell you why, because I'm going to put a bird down there so that you're not going to be writing on the bird. I'm hungry. I need to have a snack. It's snack time. I'm actually going to hand cut this one, as you can see, because I can't really, I can just see where my edges are. So I probably could have cut it with my machine, but it doesn't matter. I'm already going to cut my corner like that, cut across there. Fun. Hope I remember these. I'll have to keep one so I don't forget. I do keep samples of some things. I do have samples, but I just have to remember to go and look at them. It's a bit crinkly. So on this side, I'm just going to put a bird. Yeah.
Like, since Daddy ate all the cashew nuts, what can I have?
Oh,
Sweet.
did you hear that, guys? Since Daddy ate all the cashew nuts. Oh, I like that one. You like that one, Lou?
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Well, I'm hungry too, so why don't you wait? I'm nearly finished. Why don't you wait until I've finished, and then we'll have a think about it.
Okie dokie.
Not that I'm going to come up with some kind of revelation.
You better.
I probably won't, because there's not much.
Tell me about it.
Oh, did you hear that, guys? Did you hear the shade? She's shady daughter. Throwing shade on me. Right. There we go. So it's not a huge writing space, but don't forget there'll be a tag in there as well. So that's that one. Now I won't do this one. This one would be like the, which ones? Well, kind of like these, except all I would be doing is putting a piece of paper there. Now, not that one. Oh, my stomach's going. I would put some kind of scripty page there, and I was going to choose something that had less of a pattern on it. Let's see what I had here. So you could do it something like that. Yeah, I would probably put that one on the back of that one. And let's just have a look. I'll do it only if I have time. Put something like that behind, and that would be behind it. Okay, so we'll put that aside because I wanted to come back to these and just see which ones I might like to put a tab on. And also I want to do the snip. Now, because these are, they are, what's it called? Vellum. I'm going to just put a little piece of paper in there, like so, and snip that as well, because that just helps you do it. So now I'm only going to eyeball. Oopsie. I'm going to eyeball. That's okay. It's not perfectly centered. Okay, that's that one. I'll do another one. Oops. Okay. Slide that one down in. Oh, that one's going to be a little bit hard. Isn't that nice when you slide something down in there? I might be able to do it. Let's have a look. I don't want to rip it open. It's got a bit of a narrower opening. I might be able to. Here we are. Okay, and then these two. There, and one more. Okay, so that's that. And my last thing I wanted to do was some of them, like this one probably doesn't need too much. Probably doesn't need a tab. Some of them I wanted to put some sort of something on them. So for example, don't have any of those left, but you could put something like that on there. And I will stitch around the three sides, I think. Well, you don't have to if you've glued it well enough. So that's a tab. So you can see that it's a journal card. And I also wanted to snip the corners. Just snipping a tiny little piece off, like so. And I love that. So that's one. It's not even in the center. This one I'm not going to put anything on it. I'm just going to snip the corners quickly. If you glued enough, you could round the corners if you want to, but I like the little snipped corners off. That one, well, I don't think I'm going to put anything on this one. That would be quite pretty, but no, I think I'm going to leave that one. I've already snipped that corner. I snipped this corner, and that corner. And then this one, I wanted to put something, and I think I could is that too much? I think I'm going to, I mean, I could trim that off, couldn't I? So I'm going to put that on there. Little hand-stitched tab. Oh, just in time. We're finishing up and the noisies are coming outside, so that's good. So I'm going to put that there. I might trim a little bit off it if it's too wild, but I think that's really pretty. There, and I'll snip the corners. There, and the last one, that's just plain. So yes, I think we'll have a tab on that one. None of those. These are all too big. I think we'll have one of these. The toile one. Okay. Oh, come on. Dearie me. That way. Oh, just in time. Oh, yes, it's on. It's on. I haven't snipped the corners. Okay. Oh, I really like this idea. Okay, cool. So snip the corners, and there they are. And something I haven't done before. And it's a variation, as I said, on what Luna did. Sheena from Luna Rozu. So there's that one. And they are, I didn't put those away, just a sec. Put them over there. They are little tucks. So let me find something like, well, not this one, obviously, but you'll be able to put a little tag in there. See? Put a little tag. It's going to be really cute. Really cute. And right on the other side. And that can go in a pocket. I love that. And then this one is decorated like this. I'm going to trim a little bit of that off. I think that's too tall. give it a bit of a snipperoo. There we are. Okay, yeah, that's better. There, and then again another side tuck, and I think it looks really nice with the imagey, with those sorts of ones inside. So that's that one. This one I didn't bother putting a tab on. It's going to have a tag in there. So let me find something taggy. Here's something taggy. Oh no, that's no good. I've got some tags here that I haven't decorated yet, but I would make a longer tag than that, I think, and that will slide in there. So that's that one. That's got a bird on that side. And I decided, because it's going to have a tag, like, unless you were going to put it like slide it in a belly band, and then I would put a tab on this side, but I don't think I will put one on the top of it. And then there's this one here. This one I didn't bother putting anything on it. Again, you could put a side tab on it or a top tab, but I didn't want to, because here on this side I think it goes very close to the bird, unless you put it that way, sort of thing. And again, where's my thing? You can have, you'll put some sort of journal card in there, like so. And then, and that one was, oh, you didn't write on that side, just the journal card. Or like some, just say you had some lovely tea-dyed paper, you could put a little stamp on it. We might see, I'm going to do that on Tuesday, I think. And then this one, I'm going to make more. I love these. That one's that, got the pocket there, and then it's writing on that side. And here you could do a little stamp there. You could put, like, you know, do a little bit of a collage if you wanted to, just decorate it a little bit. But I didn't want to take away from the writing prospects of that. So there we go. So I'm really, really happy with this, how it turned out. I had the idea in my head. I hadn't tried it, but super fun. So there's 5 of those done. So some of them have reverse sides that are journal cards. Some are postcards that have been decorated, and so the journaling spot will be inside only. This is going to have a tag in and a bit of a journal spot on the other side. This one is journal spot inside and decorated on the other side. And then this one is right on the other side. And then this one here was going to be decorated on the outside, but I didn't get it done, and have that or something like that on the reverse side. So that would have the journaling side inside. And the other option was to, just quickly before I let you go, was to have, I had a piece here, to have a piece of antique letter printed on, this is on tracing paper, thin trace, the 55 GSM tracing paper. But just say you had this, and then you could put something a little bit more sort of bold behind it when you attaching it to the, so you could have something like that, not exactly that one, but you know what I mean, something patterned behind it as well is another option. And then have the card sort of thing. So they're the different ideas that popped into my head. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you tomorrow, and do the things to go inside. And I might, if I have, well, I might have time, I might make a few more, because these are really fun. Might need to have a bit of a stash of those. I like that idea. This vellum and tracing papers are fantastic for this sort of thing. Really fun to do, lots of layers. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this week's challenge. Hopefully you've got a printer that will print on the vellum for you. Yeah, otherwise I was thinking, I don't know how that would work, but you could possibly, what about this? What as an alternative, if you couldn't print on your vellum or tracing paper, you could maybe try some napkin on the tracing paper, but just use not a wet glue, just use a glue stick, and it will be kind of transparent and a little bit stronger. Or you could try stamping on the vellum. That's another option, but you'd have to let it dry. So that could be another choice if you can't print on it, just saying. All right, so thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.